Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to be attempting to take this old Milwaukee Sawzall blade. It's pretty dull. You probably won't be able to see, but all the teeth are all ground down. So it's perfect to use and try to make it into a knife. So I got this little piece of wood. I'm going to try to maybe fashion that into a handle. Take down some material off of that so it's a bit smaller. On the disc sander that I built in the video a little bit back. I'll put it up there. But yeah, let's get started. Okay, so as you saw, I used a sander to bring it down to shape a little bit, and I cut it a little bit smaller with the scroll saw, and now it's a pretty good size. So I'm gonna bring down these sharp corners to round it a little bit with the sander, and then I'll start making a slit for the blade. Okay, so as you saw and can see now, it rounded out pretty nicely. There's some nice rounded edges on there. And yeah, so now I'm going to figure out how to mount the blade in it. Okay, so I decided to use the scroll saw, and I'm just going to cut a big slit, and that should work pretty well to get this blade right in there. So let's do that. Okay, so I got the slit cut, but I had to make it really big to get the knife straight. You can see that's pretty straight there. So I'm going to have to fill it in with some probably 5-minute epoxy and glue it in. Actually, I've had a slight change of plans. I've decided to utilize this hole and actually drill another one on the drawer press back there. And I'm going to use 2 of these pins to hold it in, and then I'll fill in whatever's left with some sort of filler material. So yeah, let's drill that second hole, and yeah. So as you can see here, the pins lined up and the blade's in there pretty well, and I'm super excited about that. But what I'm not sure about is if I'm still going to end up using these pins, or if I'm going to switch to these big nails and just cut off the ends. Because as you can hopefully see in there, the pins don't extend all the way. So also they poke out the end a little bit, although that I could cut off. And I have these big nails, which are a little bit smaller in diameter, but they might work better. So I'll update you when I decide that. Okay, I've been thinking about it for a few minutes, and I think I've decided I'm going to use the pins. Because they're just a little bit thicker, and they hold the blade in much better. With the nail in there, it wobbled around a ton. So now I'm going to put the pins in. I might grind off these heads, I'm not sure yet. And then I'll fill the rest of it in with something like epoxy or something. And then I'll get on to making the blade better. Okay, so here, I'll show you. I just off camera took the teeth completely off with the, let's see if I can get that in focus. With the belt sander, I took the teeth pretty much completely off, and I sanded this part down, got the paint off, because I thought that'd be hard once this was glued in. But yeah, so now I'm going to use some epoxy. It's 15-minute epoxy. I know it says plastic, but I think it'll work on wood, and that's the only 15-minute epoxy I have, and I don't want to wait all night. So let's get this open. There also isn't much in here, so I hope it covers what I need it to do. Okay, well, sorry about that. I think my phone died, so I wasn't able to film myself putting the epoxy in. But basically, I just filled in the little gap there, and then once it dries, I'll sand it off so that's nice and smooth. And yeah, it should be good. It's looking nice. Okay, so I think the knife has cured enough to be able to work with it. So I'm not sure what I'll do next. I know I have to shape the blade, and I think I want to grind off these little nubs from the nails. and I might shape the handle. So I'm not sure what you'll see next, but it'll be probably one of those three things. Okay, so I've decided on shaping and getting rid of these little things poking out. So I'm gonna do that next. Okay, so I got those nicely ground off, but as you can hopefully see, the wood is a little bit charred around the edges, because the friction was so strong. But yeah, now let's move on to one of the other two things. Okay, so next I'm going to try to shape the handle, and I think what I'm going to try to do first is shave a bit off each side, and then I'm going to probably cut design on the bottom that's a little bit more ergonomic, and then I'm going to cut design on the side that's a little more ergonomic. And by the end, you'll probably understand what I'm saying if you don't understand right now. Okay, so off camera I've shaped the handle quite a bit, and it doesn't look the nicest, but it fits the hand pretty well with the bulge between the first two fingers right there. So I think that's good enough for me. So now I'm going to start taking the rest of the paint off this blade and shaping it. I had to take a pause yesterday on sharpening the knife blade because it was getting too dark. But I'm now back the next morning, and you can see I got most of the paint off of the blade, so I'll be sharpening it today. But first, I'm going to finish getting this epoxy off and finishing shaping the handle. I've thought more about it, and I want to get it a little bit slimmer, so I'm going to do that. Okay, so here is the knife now, and I don't know if you can tell, but the handle is quite a bit slimmer, and it feels much better in the hand. So now I'm going to finish with the blade. So I don't know if you're able to see, you're probably not, but I have a very rough edge on the blade here. So now I'm going to take it to a file and get it a bit finer, and then after that I'll actually take it to a sharpening stone and get it even finer. So let's move on to that. Okay, so I have this set up pretty good here. I have the knife with the blade taped over so I don't get a finisher on it, and I'm going to finish the handle with some stain. And I'm going to be using this stain that I just had laying around. I can't really see what color it is, but the name of the color, but it looks like a good color. And then I also am going to use this matte clear spray cover thing to go on top of the stain. So yeah, I'll do that off camera probably, and then you'll see it when it's done. I was just putting my first coat of this polyurethane, and I got quite a bit on me with a spill. And since it's oil-based, it really doesn't come off easily. It doesn't come off with soap or anything. But it turns out that vegetable oil works really well. So if the same thing happens to you, I would suggest using that. Okay, so now I have the finish on the handle all done. So now I'm on to actually sharpening the knife on a sharpener. Okay, so here it is. I can flip that over so you can see a little bit better. Now let's see if it actually works as a knife. Let's cut some stuff. And because the blade is so thin, I think it'll be best suited to slicing jobs as a kitchen knife. So I'm going to test it on some food. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching me make this knife. I was thinking I could do a video in the future where either I make some sort of leather sheath for it, or maybe a nice wooden stand. Let me know down in the comments if you'd like to see that. But yeah, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this video and want to see more like it. So yeah, that's all with this. Go check out that video up there, that video, or subscribe over there.